Capricorns, and welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time that you're on my channel, my name is Vanessa and I would like to welcome you into the fam. So guys, in today's monthly prediction, we're going to go through each sign of the zodiac, starting at Aries and ending it off at Pisces. So I would recommend that you watch your sun sign as well as your rising sign in order to receive the most accurate prediction. Furthermore, note that each sign of the zodiac has its own timestamp that is linked in the description box as well as pinned to the comment section. So all that you really need to do is click your timestamp and you will be fast forwarded to your reading. So if you're an Aries babies, keep watching, and for all of my other beautiful babies of the zodiac, I'll catch you at the click of your timestamp. Hello all of my Aries babies and welcome to your February 2021 prediction. So I'm gonna get straight into it. All you need to do is lean back and enjoy your reading. So we have a card that popped right out, which is the Hermit. So all my February babies, I want you to know here in the Hermit that you're most likely going to come to a point where you just want to be alone in February, where everybody just kind of like annoys you and gets on your nerves, and you just want a little bit of time for yourself in solitude. I see here in the Queen of Cups reversed that you're kind of going through it a little bit. I see that emotionally speaking, all of my Aries babies, you're going through a very sensitive stage of your life, and it's important for you to know that any ideas that you have, any feelings are coming from you and are not projections that other people have put on you. Next, we have the King of Wands also reversed. So in the King of Wands reversed, I can see that you may be a little doubtful about your skills, all of my Aries babies. You're feeling a little bit insecure about your capabilities and what it is that you're meant to do in this lifetime, and that is something that is kind of bothering you during February. Nevertheless, in the Magician, I see that you're going to be able during February to get yourself out of any type of emotional rut that you may be in by using all of the different tools that are available to you. So you're no longer wishing that things were different or wishing and hoping that you had more time, more money, more energy, better health before you start living life. You're actually actively doing and planning. So following through with different activities that you have scheduled and penciled into your planner is one thing that I can see here that is going to be really helpful for you during the month of February. Next, we have the Parrot Spirit. So in the Parrot Spirit, you are being called to remember to watch your words, all of my Aries babies. As an Aries babies, you can be kind of a little bit explosive and very adventurous, but sometimes when you are hard on yourself, you may say things to yourself that you will later regret, or that just things that aren't really very good for your self-esteem. Let's put it that way. So that is one thing that I can see in the Parrot Spirit that you're being called to be really careful about, and make sure that you're giving yourself the appropriate amount of praise as well, and not just being hard on yourself because you're kind of going through it. You're very emotional. Celestial events have a big effect on your body, mind, and soul. Next, we have the Dog Spirit. Now, all of my Aries babies in the Dog Spirit, I can see here that you are being called to be loyal to what it is that you love. So if you, for example, love to be creative, or if you love a form of activism, be it human rights, animal rights, I can see here in the Hermit that that is one thing that makes you kind of not even want to be around other human beings, because often you feel kind of like they are blind to all of these things that are going on in the world, and they are blind to their actions and their words and their energy. So I do see that February is a month where you're exhausted when it comes to other people, and in order to stay loyal to what you love, in order to continue to follow your passions and interests, you just need a little bit of space so others can't have an effect on you. Next, we have the Elephant Spirit. Now, in the Elephant Spirit, I see here that February is definitely a month where a lot of lessons that you've learned in the past are going to come back up. So for example, if you're talking to somebody and they may be a potential romantic interest, but they're starting to ghost you or starting to play a hot and cold game, all of a sudden you're going to remember, oh my God, I've been through this before, because in a past relationship you had already experienced this, and you're going to learn from the past, and rather than playing along or feeling like something is wrong with you, you're going to understand that this is just another game, this is just another situation that you can easily avoid getting hurt by if you just emotionally distance yourself. So that is one thing that I see here in the elephant spirit that helps you kind of learn from past experiences. This was of course just an example, but experiences that you've already been through, you know what the pattern looks like. So when you see it reoccurring during February, it doesn't faze you, and you've learned and you're able to avoid any type of hurt or a difficult emotional situation. Next, here in the flamingo spirit, I do see that you're embracing any type of in-between. So with the current situation in the world, I understand that it can be really hard to lead life in a way that feels fun, but I do see in the flamingo spirit that any opportunity that you get, you're going to take, and you're going to fully 100% embrace it, live it, and make sure that you still create awesome memories during 2021, even though it may be a little bit more difficult to feel free and to feel independent. But I see that that's not going to stop you from living your best life, all my Aries babies. Next, we have soulmates. So for all of my single Aries babies, this is an amazing sign when it comes to love. So do know here in soulmates that you may meet the one in February. You may meet that twin flame, that person that you can see yourself being with forever, or at least for the foreseeable future. So that is one thing that I see here in the soulmates and the fates. But in conjunction to the parrot spirit, I want you to be very careful about how you speak about love. So if you, for example, been saying to yourself that you give up on love and what's the point, nobody's going to come into my life anyways, that is going to be just the straw that breaks the camel's back, and that's not going to allow your soulmate to come into your life. So be very careful with your choice of words in conjunction to love, because I do see also here in connection to the magician that you're really creating and manifesting this soulmate connection, and just as quickly as you've created it, or as much time as it took to create it, you can also kind of make it go away or destroy it in that same amount of time in that instance. Next, we have a leg up. So one thing that I can see here in a leg up is that February is going to be a month of catching up. So things that you've been procrastinating doing, things that you know you've kind of been pushing to the side that should have been done a long time ago, you're getting them done. And I can see here in the never-ending story that you kind of feel like this is just like a never-ending thing. And it really is. Little day-to-day mundane tasks such as filing paperwork, paying bills, taking showers, taking care of your skin, and so on. If those are all things that you value having intact in your life, if you find these types of things to be important, you know, whether it's a clean home, home-cooked meals every now and then yes, it is a never-ending story. And I know it can feel really discouraging and really difficult to live through when you think to yourself, wow, I'm like in my 20s now and I'm going to have to do this till my last day on this earth, in this earthly plane. I'm going to have to wash dishes and work and do all of these mundane tasks that aren't really very fun. So that is one thing that I can see here that is kind of like a thought that's running through your mind, and you're thinking about how you can maybe avoid that, and thinking about a way how you can maybe create less mundane work for yourself in day-to-day life. Then we have a why. So last but not least, all my Aries babies, I can see here in why that it is important for you to always get to this point where you understand how come you're doing something, and to simplify your life. So during February, yes, you're getting things done that you've been procrastinating for a very long time. I see that here in a leg up, but at the same time, you're also weeding out a lot of things that you thought that you should do, but you're now coming to that realization, or let's say in February, you're coming to that realization that not everything was necessary, not everything actually had to be done, but it was just in your mind as an unfinished task and taking up space unnecessarily. So simplifying your life and taking time away from anyone who is drama or anyone who you feel just further feeds into your anxiety. And it doesn't matter whether that is a parent or a close friend or a sibling. You're distancing yourself from them, and that is really good on you, all my Aries babies. That's a mature thing to do in order to be able to flourish and regain your strength, to understand yourself a little bit better, and to leave this opportunity for your twin flame and soulmate to come in, because if you're really stressed out, you may just miss out on the connection. So all of my Aries babies, this is the reading that I received for you. I truly hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. And also, if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. If you're still here, we clearly vibe with one another. It's free and it's easy, and this way you will always receive your monthly predictions straight into your subscription feed. Now, all my Aries babies, I hope that you're well. Sending you so much love, and I'll see you in another one of my videos. Hello, all my Taurus babies of the world, and welcome to your February 2021 prediction. So let's move right into it in order to figure out exactly what's coming for you during the month of February. So first and foremost, we have the Destroyer. Now, all of my Taurus babies, I do want you to know that change is coming, and that may be something that makes you feel really anxious and uneasy, because as a Taurus, you are just one of those fixed signs that loves their routine and loves what they already know. Let's see what this new thing is going to be. We have the Flame. Now, all of my Taurus babies, I can see here in the Flame that this is something that you're ultimately going to feel really passionate about, and that's going to ignite some sort of spark or fire within you. Then we have the Maiden. Okay, so I do see here that this is somebody new. Okay, this is somebody who you're potentially very attracted to physically, and who you feel passionate about, who you want to get to know a lot better and a lot closer, if you know what I mean. So as a Taurus, you're the type of person who loves everything that is aesthetically pleasing and everything that feels very pleasurable. So I do see here in the Maiden, the Flame, as well as the Destroyer, that this is something that's going to be fulfilled, but it is important for you to allow this connection to be established and to allow this to happen, because in the Destroyer, if you're already kind of resisting change at the beginning of February, you will not be able to get to a point of enjoying yourself physically and emotionally with a new person, or somebody with whom that romantic connection is being reignited and reestablished. Next, we have the Hierophant reversed. So I can see here in the Hierophant that there is going to be some sort of attempt to bring you into a type of constitution. Okay, so someone is going to try to recruit you for a certain job, for a school, for just like something that you don't really want to be a part of, because I do see here in the Hierophant reverse and the rest of your cards, all my Taurus babies, that you're more of a free spirit and more of somebody who just wants to be entitled to their own opinion and do as they please. So in the Hierophant, I see that that is not something that you're going to want to be a part of, or that you're even remotely interested in. I do see here in the Six of Wands that people being persistent is something that you can appreciate, but at the same time, you will be honest and tell somebody to back off if you feel like they're invading your privacy, or they're just being a little bit too pushy with whatever it is that they're trying to sell you. I see here on the other end of the spectrum, all my Taurus babies, in the Sun, which is, by the way, one of the most favorable cards of the tarot, that February is going to be a great time. Okay, you're going to feel as though this was an awesome month, and yes, I could deal with a few more months that are like February. Those are the type of thoughts that will be running through your mind. I can see in the Queen of Wands that creative flow is something that you're very easily going to get in and out of. So think when you're working on a project and you completely forget about the time because you're so in the zone. That is the type of vibe that I can see here for you during the month of February. And furthermore, also feeling really proud of everything that you create, feeling very proud of where you are in life. So feeling good about yourself overall is like a reoccurring pattern and theme that I can see in February, while at the same time not being impressed by anybody's attempts to get you out of your free thinking and to confine you. That's not gonna fly for you, all my Taurus babies. Plus, as a Taurus, you're way too stubborn to let somebody else convince you otherwise anyways. Like, if you need to edit a Wikipedia page just in order to win an argument, let's just say I've met a few Tauruses who've done that before, okay? So let's move further into your reading. So we have the 5 of Cups, the 10 of Cups, as well as the 2 of Coins. So the 10 of Cups further confirms this time of feeling emotionally fulfilled and feeling really elated, and like there is just so much bliss within your life. February, it's a favorable month for all my Taurus babies. I can see here in the 5 of Cups that nevertheless your a little bit needy side is going to come to show, as you're going to feel a little bit abandoned by friends and family, but that may be because in the 2 of Coins here, okay, the suit of coins is a suit of all things in the earthly realms. So think finances, your career, as well as time management. And I do see here in the 2 of Coins that it is difficult and can be very tough for you to balance the two. So on one hand, you feel really successful, you feel like everything is going amazing, but then in the 5 of Cups, I do also see that there will be times where a little bit of loneliness may seep in because you just feel like you don't have enough time for everybody who's in your life. Furthermore, this also may have to do with the restrictions in your country, where you feel like you can't visit all of the people who you'd like to visit. So while you are really happy for everything that is going well in February, you still kind of feel this burning desire of wanting to see someone who maybe right now you can't reach or you can't be around, and this is something that's affecting you emotionally. I see here in Milk and Honey that, again, furthermore, your life is in an amazing state during February, all my Taurus babies. Your reading continues to confirm that, and I see here in Milk and Honey that there's not really any big hiccups or bumps that you need to worry about. It's just overall a very soothing and restorative month for you. And then we have the deep knowing. So you will, towards the end of February, all my Taurus babies, have a deep inner knowing of what's coming next and what you need to do next. You'll 100% just enjoy February. I mean, like I said, you're a fixed sign. You're not exactly a sign that likes to do too many flamboyant things that they didn't plan on doing, okay? Being spontaneous is not always your strong suit, but I can see here in the deep knowing that you understand that February was here to recharge you, to restore you, that you know that something big is coming in the upcoming months. So it's best for you to just enjoy this, have some guilt-free relaxation, but at the same time prep for more situations where you're going to be unable to stay in your comfort zone and stay in the know and have to move into the unknown. All of my beautiful Taurus babies, this is the reading that I received for you for February. I hope that you found it insightful and that it hit home. Leave a little elephant emoji down below in the comment section to let me and others know that you're a Taurus baby and that you enjoyed this reading. Thank you for sharing this divine space with me, and I'll see you in another one of my videos. Hello, all my beautiful Gemini babies of the world, and welcome to your February 2021 prediction. So let's move right into it in order to figure out what's coming towards you during the month of February, shall we? So first and foremost, we have the Chariot reversed. So all of my Gemini babies, one thing that I can see here is that movement is something that's going to be stalled. It is something that you're going to have to cease. So for some reason, moving forward and pushing forward is not happening. Let's figure out exactly why. We have the Devil as well as the 2 of Coins. So I see that you are overworking yourself, all of my Gemini babies. In the 2 of Coins, I can see that it is so important for you to find balance between work as well as a time to just restore. And I can see here in the Chariot as well as the Devil that because you are so into getting things done, getting to that next level in your professional life, that you're forgetting that you need a break, and that sometimes when you take a step back, when you take time for yourself, you can actually create so much more wealth and abundance because you're recharged, rather than spending all of that time just working and making yourself miserable. So that is one thing that I see that you're going to have to face head on. I can see here in the Three of Wands that for all of my Gemini babies, you like action, you like when things are moving and going on, so it is important for you to not fall victim to any types of addictions or any types of abnormalities that may try to form during February. So think drinking too much caffeine, drinking too much alcohol, any other types of substances that you know will cause difficulties for you. So with caffeine, it could be insomnia. With drinking too much alcohol, it could also be insomnia, but it could also be extreme fatigue and just not feeling very good about yourself. So here in the Three of Wands, I can definitely see that you're thinking of using those things to support you during a difficult time, but you are still kind of like just in it with like your little pinky toe. So it's important for you that you don't like fall into the pool of all of these things that are not going to be helpful in the long run just because they look promising short term. I can see here in the Six of Cups that what can really help you is to confide in somebody else, is to talk to somebody about what you're going through. That is one thing that I see in the Six of Cups that will be the most favorable to not have you fall into a situation or put yourself in a situation that you will find difficult to deal with and steer. I do see here in the Three of Pentacles that all of my Gemini babies, you are being called to delegate and to make sure that you're not the only one putting in a lot of effort when it comes to your workplace. Because in the Three of Pentacles, I see that collaboration is really important, and also again to make sure that people who you're working with are putting in just as much time and effort as you are, and not just dumping all of the tasks onto you to then have to deal with it or cope with it however they deem fit. Okay, this is something that you need to be a part of as well. You need to be a part of that discussion. Next, we have the vision. So I do see here in the vision that you have a really strong idea of where you want to go. Now this, okay, we also have the Father, and I can see that the vision of where you want to go may somehow tie in with father healing or father issues that you may have experienced. So if your vision of who you are in the future is tied to what you think your parent would like, what you think your father would like, this is something that you are going to be kind of looking into a bit more in detail in February. And I do see here that you also kind of really don't want to let this parent down. It is very important for you that they are proud of you and that they feel as though they've done a good job in raising you, or to just basically like show that even if you didn't have a big fatherly figure present, that you're still able to accomplish just as much, that you still are driven and strong. Next, we have the King. So I do see here in the King that there's a lot of pressure on you because you do have a lot of responsibility. People look up to you, all of my beautiful Gemini babies, and here in the King, I do see that sometimes you can put too much pressure on yourself, and that is something that can be very hard for you to kind of carry with every single moment of the day, which is most likely also why the comic showed up. The comic is a card that usually shows up when you're being called to just have fun, to let loose, and to not take everything so seriously. Don't always feel like everything has to be a big deal or that you have to take things personally. One thing that I do see here in the comic is that it's time for you in February to just have fun and allow yourself to take care of your needs and not feel so much like you're carrying the whole weight on your shoulders. I see here in the Horse Spirit that freedom is something that you're supposed to embrace, but in the right way. And that's why it's so important for you to recognize here in the Devil that freedom isn't that feeling that you get when you self-medicate. Freedom isn't that feeling that you get when you're just working 20 hours a day tirelessly and then you finish a big project. I want you to know here in freedom that this is something that is healthy, that feels good in every single way, both physically as well as spiritually and emotionally. And in the Buffalo Spirit, I want you to know, all my Gemini babies, that the universe has different ways of providing for you in February. It is important for you though to first step away from everything else that you feel tempted to do that may just be like a quick fix or a band-aid on the problem. I do see here in the Buffalo Spirit that there are a lot of solutions that are present for you in February to feeling overworked and kind of having to stop in your tracks in order to avoid burnout or going down a destructive path, but you have to be open to receiving those. Last but not least, we have the Frog Spirit, and the Frog Spirit is all about clearing out the clutter. Now, I do want you to know here in the Frog Spirit that this is a card that also does speak of high levels of sensitivity. The frog is a very sensitive animal. It's a very sensitive type of amphibia. So I do want you to know here that while clearing out clutter, whether that be digital clutter or emotional clutter, allow yourself enough time to say goodbye to certain things, and if you need to, back them up on a hard drive or take some photos so you know that you at least have that memory. But let go of any side and any part of you that wants to just embrace unhealthy habits because they're easier in the moment, rather than actually work on what the core issue is, which is you just being really driven and sometimes not knowing your own boundaries, not knowing when you need to take a step back and do what's best for you. So all of my beautiful Gemini babies of the world, this is a reading that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it. Leave a little frog emoji down below if you made it all the way to the end to let me and others know that you are a Gemini baby. I'm sending you lots of positive thoughts, all of my beautiful Gemini babies, and I'll catch you in another one of my videos. Hello, all my beautiful Cancerians of the world, and welcome to your February 2021 prediction. So let's get straight into it, shall we? See what's up for you in February. So we have the Devil as well as the Three of Wands. So all of my beautiful Cancerians, one thing that I can see here in the Devil as well as the Three of Wands is that you are done with anything that has a negative impact on you. That is one thing that I see here in the Three of Wands. Okay, you're looking at the future, you're looking towards prosperity, towards abundance, and you're no longer going to allow any person or habit to hold you back. That is one thing that I see here in conjunction to the Devil. Furthermore, we have the Ace of Swords reversed. So in the Ace of Swords reversed, I do see for all of my beautiful Cancerians of the world that you're going to come to a place where you feel like, okay, I'm done with finding new ways to trick myself into thinking that, for example, self-harm or self-deprecating thoughts and words are okay. They're really not. And I have to do something against it, and I have to just stand up for myself for once. That is one thing that I see in the Ace of Swords. In the Page of Wands, I see that instead of just like overthinking as you usually would, which is really typical for all of us Cancerians, you are actually just taking action. You're actually finding a way to move forward more positively and to make sure that you come out the other end stronger, that you grow as a person. Next, in the Magician, I can see a lot of powerful energy around you that you're going to be making use of. Also, just overall being in tune with celestial events is going to just give you that extra edge in order to be as successful as you possibly can be in your endeavors. Then in the Four of Swords, I do see that you will take rest. When you are thinking of overthinking, when you are kind of contemplating, okay, what can I do in order to not put myself in a situation where I'm moving back into a really negative, dark, or depressed state, you're just simply going to rest. You're simply going to tell yourself, why am I stressing out? Why am I putting myself in such a compromised position? I might as well just sleep, okay? So February is definitely going to be a month where you sleep a lot and where you take a lot of time to just recuperate and regain your strength. I can see here into the Sea that you're feeling emotionally kind of like you don't know where you belong, like you don't know what to do next or who to talk to about your feelings. So into the Sea, I can see that you're craving a new relationship or a relationship that's in your life actually being more appropriate for your current situation and for people to understand how much you're changing and how much you're progressing and going through. And into the Sea, I can definitely see that some of the people who have been in your life for a very long time just don't understand all of the changes going on in your life, and they just don't understand who you're becoming or who you're striving to be, which is something that is difficult to deal with. I see here in To Be Fair that you may make excuses for them. Your sentences, when you think about them, may start with, well, to be fair, I never told them what I'm really going through. Or to be fair, they are probably not going to understand because X, Y, and Z. They're too busy, they're too this. You get the gist, okay? So one thing that I definitely see is that you're making some excuses for other people's bad behavior towards you, and that is something that you need to cease, okay? So let's move further into your reading. We have a change in the wind. So a change in the wind is something that happens very rapidly. So you go very quickly from almost like, should we just say crybaby? As a fellow Cancerian, I feel like I have the right to say that. From crybaby to savage. Okay, so that is one thing that I can see here in a change in the wind. Probably gonna have to blur that out, but you guys get what I mean. And just overall switching really quickly emotionally is one thing that I see in February, and understanding exactly when something is not for you. So for a long time, you'll kind of try and go along with people or a situation just because you don't want to be drama, you don't want to be difficult, you don't want to be that person who always needs extra attention, love, and care. But I can see here in Not For You that when you come to that breaking point, when you come to that moment where you're just like, why am I trying to please other people and ruin myself at the same time? And especially when you're doing so for people who seem to never realize how much work that you put in just to please them. I can see here that in a quick instance, you're going to decide that, hey, this is not for me. I'm not going to do this any longer, and you're going to be out of there. Whether that is a relationship that is romantic or platonic, whether that is a job, you're not tolerating it anymore, and that's something that's really strong of you. I see here in Dove Spirit that you're all about being at peace with yourself. And as a fellow Cancerian, I understand how important that is, to be at peace with your inner self especially, and your emotions, because otherwise things can get pretty wild internally, and things can get pretty manipulative as a Cancerian if you're not at peace with yourself. Next, we have the Koi Fish Spirit. So in the Koi Fish Spirit, I can see that being competitive is not really you anymore. That is something that you don't want in your life. You don't like competitive energy. You would rather just lean back, do things at your own pace, and rest assured that the universe has enough to offer for everybody. This world has enough to offer for each and every one of us. And you are of the belief that one person's success doesn't take away from you. I see here in the Koala Spirit that you feel as though your spirit guides and the universe has a firm plan for you, and that is something that you're not wavering from, and that gives you the self-confidence to just lean back, not stress about things, and say to yourself, hey, like, my guides have a plan. My success does not depend or require anybody else's failure or downfall. My time is coming when it's right. I see here in the Fox Spirit that that is something that really ups your emotional intelligence. So I do see that for all of my beautiful Cancerians, February is a month where emotional intelligence is something that you're learning more about within yourself, and you're also applying a lot more. So not letting your emotions get the best of you, and trying to avoid as much as you can falling into a space where you're allowing for self-deprecating thoughts to get the best of you. Overall, I do see a pretty like savage month, if you will. It starts off a little sensitive and maybe with a few tears, but ends with like nerves of steel and you being in full control over yourself and your surroundings. So all of my beautiful Cancerians, this is the reading that I received for you. I truly hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Leave a little crab emoji in the comment section to let me and others know that you're a fellow crab, and I'll see you in another one of my videos. Hello all my beautiful Leo babies, and welcome to your February 2021 prediction. So let's move right into it, shall we? I'll be starting off with this tarot deck. Lean back, relax, and enjoy. So first we have the Nine of Wands reversed. So one thing that I can see here in the Nine of Wands reversed is that you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, and that you're feeling a little bit like, hey, why is there still work left even though I've already put in so much effort? Next we have the Five of Wands. So I can see that you definitely feel as though you're in competition. So at your workplace, there may be really big projects that need to be finished. There may be some different things that need to get done, and as soon as you finish them, it's like somebody already piles the next thing onto your desk or onto your plate, and you're like, oh, can I catch a break? So there's a lot going on for you during the month of February. Okay, so next up we have Eros. So one thing that I can see here in Eros is that your romantic life is going to be really fulfilled, however, all of my beautiful Leos, and there's going to be some passionate hours in February, if you know what I mean. I see here in the seed that this is a great time to conceive, if this is something that you're looking at, but also if this is something that you're looking at really avoiding. It's good to know that February is a fertile month for you, so you can take those extra precautions. Next we have Gnosis. So in Gnosis, I understand from the reading that we've received so far that you are way ahead of the people who you feel like you're in competition with at your workplace. But it is important for you to not get too carried away with your romantic life, your love life, your intimate life, that you actually end up falling behind. So use your increased knowledge, or how should I say, use your maturity, that is you being wise beyond your years, to your advantage, and don't let love come in between, no matter how amazing that may feel sometimes. I can see here in the temple that your body is a really sacred space in which you're going to feel very comfortable in February, and you're going to feel comfortable letting somebody else into that temple and into that space near your space. So this is something that I want you to be prepared for, and this is something that I want you to dedicate time towards, in balance to work and in balance to making sure that you're still getting enough you time. I see in the Four of Swords that if you fail to do so, you may feel kind of like down or depressed. So February is a fine line between feeling super in love and elated and just happy with yourself and your body, and feeling kind of really overworked at times as well. I see in Judgment that it's really important for you to see clearly when enough is enough. So there are some people who will fight every battle, but it's important for you here in Judgment, I see, to distance yourself from certain battles and certain situations that are just unnecessarily draining. What you might gain out of the situation isn't even close to the time and energy that you had to invest, is what I meant. Then in the Page of Wands, on the other hand, I can see that because you feel like you've had to struggle a lot in conjunction with other people, it could be with siblings, or as I said, in a competitive space at your work, you feel as though, oh, this is actually a great time to look into potentially doing your own thing, where you don't have to fight or struggle to be ahead or to get ahead, and you don't need to fear for your position or fear for your financial safety. I see here in the Three of Swords that this is something that makes you a little bit sad, but nevertheless you feel like it is a truth in this day and age that if you don't look out for yourself, nobody else really will. Many decades ago, when you used to be employed somewhere, that employer would take care of you for your entire life, and you would most likely be in that same job for decades. But in this day and age, everything is so fast-paced, and in a way, everyone is competing with one another, that it can be really hard to not get lost in that type of hustle and bustle. So I do see here in the Five of Swords that you are trying to just elevate yourself away from that. You're trying to push yourself away from that type of toxic environment, because you're noticing how it's making you feel more and more numb to different things that you otherwise would have noticed and would have kind of made a mental note of, if you will, that you would have taken into account in decision making. So let's just add one or two more cards in for all my beautiful Leo babies. We have the Chameleon Spirit as well as the Grasshopper Spirit. So I can see here in the Chameleon Spirit that if you need to, you will act like you're still really obsessed with your current job while you're actually thinking of taking a leap of faith. That is one thing that I see in the Grasshopper Spirit. The Grasshopper Spirit is all about taking those leaps, even if it is into the unknown, because you know that the unknown is where the realm of possibility really exists and begins. So I do see here in the Chameleon Spirit that if you have to act with a current employer or with friends and family like you're just gonna stay put where they think that you're gonna stay put, you will, but in the meantime, you're kind of like mentally preparing yourself for your next big adventure and next big leap of faith. So all of my beautiful Leos, I truly hope that you enjoyed your reading and that you found it insightful. Leave a little lion emoji down below in the comment section to represent the Leo fam. And also, if you made it all the way to the end of your reading, we clearly vibe with one another, so make sure that you hit that subscribe button. It's free, it's easy, and that way you'll never miss another monthly prediction for your sign. So all of my beautiful Leo babies out there, know that I'm thinking of you and I'm sending you so much prosperity, and I'll catch you in another one of my videos. Hello, all my beautiful Virgos of the world, and welcome to your February 2021 prediction. So let's get straight into it in order to figure out what's coming for you and happening for you in February. Okay, so we have a card that clearly wants to speak, which is the heart. So all of my Virgos, I can definitely see here that February is a month where your heart chakra is going to be activated, and where I can see here that this is a part of you that's going to feel fulfilled. This is a part of you that's going to feel like, oh, I have that connection established. I feel really loved and cared for. Next, we have the venom. So I do see in conjunction to the heart that there is someone out there, all of my Virgos, who is not exactly happy about your happiness. And this is something that I want you to stay far away from, especially during the month of February, where I can see that your heart is so active. Okay, so active with maybe establishing a fresh connection romantically or rekindling certain connections. I can see here in the venom that there is an element of jealousy around your situation. Let's find out more about that. We have the Judge. Okay, someone is really judgmental about you, and somebody feels as though they know what's going on in your life even though they don't. So just think when you post something to social media and someone already kind of like takes a caption or a photo and runs with it, and they feel like they know your entire life. That's what I'm talking about here, all of my Virgos, but I want you not to sweat it. And the most important thing is to not let that venom anywhere near your happiness or your heart. Okay, so actually, let's move the venom way over here. Next, we have the medallion. So instead, focus on what's precious for you. Focus on what has a lot of meaning and value to you. So this person in your life that you feel really connected to, maybe your business, and don't allow anybody's kind of negative vibes or energies to come near what you've worked so hard to establish and grow. I see here in the sword that because you're a Virgo, I mean, you are a chronic overthinker. You are definitely somebody who puts a lot of thought into what others say and into being better. I mean, as a Virgo, you're really often on the verge of being a perfectionist, or, you know, a full-blown perfectionist. And that is where I see here in the sword that it's really important for you to be able to kind of chill out when it comes to that perfectionist streak, if you know what I mean. Next, we have the Five of Cups. So in the Five of Cups, if you have to leave somebody feeling alone, if you have to leave somebody feeling like you're not their friend anymore or you're not here for it, then so be it. Because one thing that I can see here in the venom in conjunction to the Five of Cups is that somebody may try to guilt trip you into giving them another chance. Somebody may try to kind of like make you forgive them even though they were really crappy towards you. I see here in the Queen of Swords that being really strong and standing up for yourself is something that all my beautiful Virgos out there need to do. I know it's hard. I know it's not exactly your strong suit to be verbally very sharp with others and kind of like create boundaries. You can sometimes let a lot more things slide just because you are a very empathetic, compassionate, and soft-natured type of person. But I do see here in the Queen of Swords that, you know, it's time to be a savage. What else can I say? It is time for you in February to just create boundaries, also verbally communicate those and stick to those. I see here in the Six of Wands that there is good news coming for you. You're going to be triumphant during the month of February, and any project that you put your energy, time, and effort into is going to come out in a positive way. The Sun, another really positive card of the tarot, if not one of the most positive cards. It is definitely, let's say, top 3 most positive cards in the tarot. That is one thing that I see here in the Sun. is that overall February is a really great positive month for you, all of my beautiful Virgos, even though there is this element of needing to stand up and needing to tell somebody else to back off out of your life. Next, we have the horse spirit, so be free. One thing that you're going to want to ask yourself during the month of February is, does this make me feel free? Does this make me feel as though I have this liberty in my life to do whatever it is that I desire to do? Those are the types of questions that you're going to want to ask yourself during the month of February. Do also know here in the horse spirit that this animal spirit showed up in conjunction to the number 33, which is a master number, and it is a number that shows that amazing things can happen when you feel the sense of freedom. So don't tie yourself too closely to any schedule. Don't feel like there are certain things that you must follow through with in a very specific way, or like your success is tied to just one path. There are many different paths leading to where you want to go in your personal life as well as in your career. Give yourself the freedom to explore different paths and potentially also discover paths that you didn't know existed, but that are better for you, more suitable for your personality. Next, we have the wombat spirit. Now in the wombat spirit, I do see here that February is going to be a month where you're at home a lot. It could be because of the restrictions in your country, or just overall you not feeling very comfortable yet going to many different places. I see here in the bobcat spirit that this is not something that is going to dampen your mood or stop you from personal growth. I see that quite the contrary is actually the case. In the bobcat spirit, there's endless possibility that you are realizing actually exists within your home. Endless possibility of things that you can do, of things that you can improve. So don't be surprised if you go a little crazy on redoing and remodeling your house, maybe doing a lot of different DIY projects because you feel as though, wow, there's so many things that I've missed out on that I now finally have time to do. And you're just one of those signs who is diligent, hardworking, and gets things done. So I wouldn't be surprised if in February you revamp your entire living space and you come out of February having done a whole to-do list of things that other signs couldn't even do in like 6 months, but you're able to accomplish all of that in one. So all of my beautiful Virgo babies, this is a reading that I received for you. I truly hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Leave a little sun emoji down below in the comment section to let me and others know that you are a Virgo baby and that you made it to the end of your reading. Furthermore, if you made it all the way to this point of the video, what are you doing? We clearly vibe with one another. Hit that subscribe button. It's free, it's easy, and this way you'll never miss another reading for your zodiac sign. So all my Virgo babies, stay safe, know that I'm thinking of you, and I'll catch you in another one of my videos. Hello all my beautiful Libras of the world, and welcome to your February 2021 prediction. So let's get straight into it so we can figure out what's coming towards you during the month of February, shall we? So first and foremost, we have the Destroyer. So one thing that I can see is that something is going to fall apart. Something is going to change profoundly for you, all of my Libras. We have a Gape, the Dead End, as well as the Womb. So while something is coming to an end, something new is being brought into your life, all my beautiful Libras. So do know here in the Dead End that your life is going to come to a point where you understand that, okay, I'm able to move up until this point, but no further. And I do see here in a Gape that you feel like there is no point in trying to find new ways to kind of reverse move out of the dead end and potentially end up in another dead end. You just want to go to a completely new part of town, a completely new city, okay? One thing that I can see here in the Womb is that something new is in its developing stages and is coming to fruition. So whatever it is that is going through a profound change that we have here in the Destroyer is not something that is going to be missed. It's not something that you're going to feel like your life is in lack without, let's put it that way. But let's move further into your reading. We have the Four of Wands. So in the Four of Wands, I can see that this is not something that is going to make you feel like your stability in life is being threatened. And as a Libra, you're the type of person who, of course, loves balance. And one thing that I do see here in the Four of Wands is that balance is something that is going to remain intact throughout February for you. I see here in the Eight of Cups reversed that, in a sense, you knew that this was happening. You already know what it is that is coming for an end. Already while you're watching this video, you understand what situation has to be abandoned and left behind in order for you to move on to newer, greater, bigger ventures. So we have a few cards that clearly want to speak within your reading. Let's see what they are. We have the Knight of Swords, we have the Page of Pentacles, as well as the Eight of Swords. So in the Eight of Swords, I see here that you're just blindly going to move into the new situation. You're unafraid of the unknown because you understand that in the unknown is where possibility exists, because if you remain in the known, then nothing new can happen, nothing can change. So I do see in the Page of Pentacles that some may call that naive of you to think that way, but people who are successful and who have been through the same situation where they weren't really afraid of change because they knew change meant new possibilities, which meant that their life could be bigger, greater, and better, they will get it, they will understand. And they will see here in the Knight of Swords that in fact, it's a really calculated and smart way for you to think and act and feel. Because one thing that I want you to know here, all my beautiful Libras, is that while one person will see you as the Page of Pentacles, as somebody who's living a risky life, somebody who doesn't really understand what life is about and is very naive to be unafraid, other people will understand that the fact that you are unbothered by new beginnings actually just shows internal and mental strength, and it actually shows that you believe that your life is so much more than what you've already seen. And by allowing that to be your active belief, you're actually opening up possibilities. You're actually allowing for different possibilities to be able to become a part of your life. Moving further into your reading, we have the Deer Spirit. So in the Deer Spirit, I can see here that be gentle with yourself. That's something that's important, and to allow yourself to, in a sense, also grieve. Okay, so just because you don't feel anything here in the dead end and you don't necessarily feel like really sad about the fact that something has come to an end or must come to an end, doesn't mean that you can't like just allow yourself to grieve for like, let's just say 90 seconds. Okay, just give yourself a minute and a half. Of course, don't fall into a stage or state of being depressed, but at the same time, don't deny yourself of sad feelings. There wouldn't be any happy feelings if sad ones didn't exist. Next, we have the Stag Spirit, which is one of my personal favorite animal spirit cards. I want you to know here in the Stag Spirit that this is all about you taking the lead. February is a great month for you to grow into your leadership position, to allow yourself to just embrace the fact that you are a natural born leader, and that during February, this is a trait that is going to help you a lot in your career as well as your personal life. I can see here in the Rabbit Spirit that February is a really lucky month for you, and it is a month where, for example, playing the lottery or having some sort of like gamble, financial gamble, this is the most favorable month for you to do it in. So whether that is playing the lottery or starting something new in your business, investing in different types of currencies or funds, that is one thing that I can see here in the Rabbit Spirit that is a favorable time for you in February to engage in all of those different things. So all of my beautiful Libras of the world, I truly hope that you enjoyed your reading and that you found it insightful. Leave a little deer emoji down below in the comment section to let me and others know that you made it all the way to the end of your reading. Furthermore, if you're still here, make sure that you've hit that subscribe button. We clearly vibe with one another. It's free, it's easy, and that way you're never going to miss another reading that is dedicated to your zodiac sign. So all of my beautiful Libras, I'm sending you so much love, and I'll see you in another one of my videos. Hello, all my beautiful Scorpios of the world, and welcome to your February 2021 prediction. So let's get straight into it. All you need to do is lean back, relax, and enjoy your reading. So first and foremost, we have the Five of Swords. So in the Five of Swords, I can definitely see here that you're leaving someone who you feel isn't being loyal to you. So I see that you're in a place where you're, okay, another card that wants to speak. Let me just finish my sentence. You're in a place where you feel like you're done with somebody and they're BS. Ooh, okay, I can see here in the Six of Cups that you would rather invest that time and energy in people who appreciate it. So instead of investing your time and energy in this person that you feel has really taken advantage of you, you're walking away and you're moving towards people who you know will appreciate your time and effort. So we have, the King of Wands reversed as well as the Knight of Wands. Now, this is a very powerful duo. This is a very powerful combo. I can see a lot of masculine phallic energy here, which can sometimes seem really aggressive, but this is the type of energy that you need in order to make these types of decisions that you are making, all of my beautiful Scorpios, during the month of February. So this is a very interesting start to your reading, but I can see that you did not come to play, all my Scorpios, and you're going to do whatever you need to do in order to ensure that you're being valued and that you're not surrounding yourself with anybody who's taken you for granted. Next, we have the Tear. So in the Tear, I can definitely see that somewhere deep on the inside, away from your hard exterior, you are a little bit sad that you have to act this way. You are sad that you have to protect yourself. It makes you feel like this is so unnecessary. Why do I have to be so hard on certain people just to ensure that they don't hurt me or that they don't treat me in a way that I know I don't deserve to be treated? So I do see here in the Tear that in a way that really saddens you, but nevertheless in the Seed, you feel as though some people may be like that, but at the same time, there's so many other amazing human beings out there who will be able to cherish you and value you and who are not going to bring you to this boiling point where you just need to simply walk away. Next, we have the Womb. Okay, so can we just note, all of my beautiful Scorpios, that we have the Womb as well as the Seed. Now, you may interpret that as you will, okay? Not every interpretation of that is gonna be PG-13, but we're just putting it out there. We're allowing you to interpret that as you will. And if fertility is something that you're interested in or really trying to avoid, definitely be cautious during the month of February, as I can see in the Womb as well as the Seed that this is a perfect time for, you know, a little something to grow and form deep inside of you, your partner. You get the deal, all my Scorpios. So furthermore, in the Womb, I can see here that with all of this phallic energy, and phallic energy means masculine energy, you need something to balance that out. So I do see here in the Womb that during certain times and certain events, you can feel really vulnerable and in a way very sensitive and withdrawn. I see here in the Nightingale spirit that it's very important for you to have people around you during the month of February who reassure you that they will be there for you and that they love and care for you. February is really not a month where you should be left alone, so spend time with loved ones as much as you possibly can. Then we have the Badger spirit. Now, the Badger spirit corresponds to the number 4, and the number 4 is a number that is very mundane and boring, but at the same time it offers stability, which is just one of those things. I mean, who doesn't love stability? So one thing that I can see here in the Badger spirit is the fact that as soon as you feel like you are in a stable place, as soon as you feel like love is really something that is all around you and you have support, that is when you are again able to be fearless and bold. So the first big decision that you're making in February of just letting go of somebody who really has taken you for granted, has played you like a fiddle, that is going to leave you feeling a little bit vulnerable, but as soon as you've regained your strength and you have regained that sense of stability within your life, you're back to your fearless, bold, and just really strong personality. I can see here in the Chameleon spirit that for a little bit, you're also okay with just acting as if. This is something that you're not opposed to, because faking it till you make it can be appropriate in certain situations. Not every situation, but So in certain instances, this is something that is helpful and you kind of just need to do. I can see here in the antelope spirit that February is going to go by for you, all my Scorpio babies, really quickly. You're barely even going to notice that February had come, had gone, and ooh, okay, you're already in March, April, May. Okay, so that is one thing that I can see here in the antelope spirit. But the fact that you know that and the fact that you're still here within your reading, all my Scorpio babies, shows me that you can do something about that. So in order to be more in the moment, allow yourself to meditate, allow yourself to take time for yourself, to have fun, and to not just be completely slumped into work and completely just focus on everything but life, everything but living. Next, we have the butterfly spirit. So in the butterfly spirit, I do see that last but not least, February is a highly transformative month for you. The butterfly spirit corresponds to the number 11. Now, all of my beautiful Scorpio babies of the world, I want you to know that the number 11 is a master number. This is a number that speaks of a big change coming, spiritual changes, sort of having these epiphanies that make you feel like you can go from crawling to walking to flying, just as we have depicted here in the butterfly spirit. So don't be surprised if the end of February just feels so different than the beginning of the month. Now, all of my beautiful Scorpios of the world, this is a reading that I received for you, and I truly hope that you enjoyed it. Leave a little Scorpio emoji down below in the comment section. I think there's actually even a scorpion now in the emoji section. Leave that down below if you can find it, to let me and others know that you made it to the end of your February prediction. Furthermore, if you aren't subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button. What are you doing? You're still here. We clearly vibe with one another. So it's free. It's easy. Hit the subscribe button and you'll never miss another prediction for your sign. All of my Scorpio babies, know that I'm thinking of you. I hope you're staying safe, and I'll see you in another one of my videos. Hello, all my Sagittarius babies of the world, and welcome to your February 2021 prediction. So let's get straight into it. So all you need to do is lean back, relax, and enjoy your reading. First, we have the peacock spirit. So all of my Sagittariuses of the world, make sure that you let yourself shine in February. Don't allow anybody to clog up your heart chakra or make you feel as though you shouldn't embrace who you are, no matter how flamboyant, beautiful, or out there that is. If somebody isn't happy with that, then guess what? That is their problem and not yours. Furthermore, in the koi fish spirit, one thing that I can see here is that there are plenty opportunities coming for you during the month of February. And this is one thing that is going to leave you feeling like, yes, it was the right thing for you to do, to embrace who you naturally are and to not be afraid of making somebody else feel inferior or make somebody else feel bad about themselves. So kind of taking away that responsibility that isn't yours to begin with and just tossing it away into the trash, into the ocean, is going to allow you to remember here in the koi fish spirit that there is enough love, abundance, and opportunity for everyone. And if somebody else wants to focus on dampening your shine just to make themselves feel better, that's a dead-end street anyways, and it's not your responsibility to let them do that or to have that even be a part of your existence. Next, we have the brown bear spirit. Now, in the brown bear spirit, I see that all of my Sagittarius babies, it is important for you to take some time off, okay? Take some time out. Make sure that you're getting enough sleep, enough beauty sleep. You need 7 to 9 hours every night. And if you're one of those people who just needs a little bit more sleep, don't beat yourself up about it. Just give yourself that extra sleep. It's not just important how long you sleep, but also that the quality is there. So ensure that you're working to have a really good sleep pattern, where getting up in the morning is something that allows you to feel rejuvenated and ready for the day. Next, we have the rabbit spirit. Now, in the rabbit spirit, I can see that February is a really lucky month for you. So if you're thinking of investing in any types of funds, if you're thinking of just overall the stock market, maybe buying a lottery ticket, so on and so forth, I do see here in the rabbit spirit that this is the time of the year for you to do that. This is one of the lucky months for you, all of my Sagittarius babies. Let's move further into your reading though. We have the heart. So I can see here in the heart that your heart may feel a little shattered or a little broken when you come to realize just how many people can't stand when you're doing well, or they just don't know how to handle it. when you're letting yourself shine and you're in a positive space and you're trying to just, you know, be your good old positive self, a lot of people will try to either bring you down, or they will just kind of look at you like, oh, okay, yeah, great that you're in such a good mood. And you can just tell they're not really happy for you. You can tell that they feel kind of awkward around you being in such a positive space. I do see here in the seed that that is going to give you a little bit of this idea of who you may want to let go of in the future, of who may just be kind of like a fake friend, a fake acquaintance, someone who isn't 100% trustworthy, or who pretends to want the best for you, but really just is always there when, you know, things are happening in your life that you're not very fond of. Next, we have Kairos. So one thing that I can see here in Kairos is that you're keeping an eye on that situation, on that person, and on those relationships that make you feel a little bit uneasy or make you feel like this person, I don't know if they're trustworthy. That is one thing that I see in Kairos in conjunction to the seed. Furthermore, we have apocalypsis. Now in apocalypsis, I do see that the truth is going to unfold sooner rather than later. And also if you're looking to, for example, invest in an opportunity that we spoke about here in the rabbit spirit, that you're going to get the results really soon, and it's going to be something that you most likely did not expect. I can see here in the horse spirit that it may be hard for you to picture ever winning anything or being really lucky when it comes to stocks, or investing money in a business idea of yours, or investing money in something that you really love that just has a lot of quality for you. But I see here in the horse spirit that it's really important for all of my Sagittarius babies out there to still do so. Like for instance, for me, just to give you an example, I have invested in yoga teacher training, and that is not because I necessarily want to become a yoga teacher, but I would just like to have that option. I just want to deepen my strength, my knowledge, and invest in something that in the long term is so much more valuable than what I've paid at the time for the course, because the amount of hours and years that I'm going to get out of this course that is just so helpful to my mental and physical health, like I can't even put the value of that into a number. So it is so worth it. And that is one thing that I see here that you are being called to do for yourself during the month of February. Next, we have regeneration. So giving yourself time to rest, to sleep, is something that we already spoke about in the brown bear spirit, all of my Sagittarius babies. But I can furthermore see here in regeneration that this is not a, oh, please take some rest. It would be good if you have a little bit of extra sleep. You must, all my Sagittarius babies. It is important for you to avoid burning out, to avoid stressing yourself to the point of no return, and to ensure that growth is going to happen appropriately throughout the year, because what you don't want is to work yourself to the bone, then have to take rest for a few months and only be able to resume way later, because in the long term that is not really something that is going to provide optimal results in your life. I can see here in poise that it's okay for you to feel weird about taking breaks, or to feel as though, oh well, should I really? I feel like nobody is doing that around me. So it is important for you to know that a lot of this hustle culture that we have is really toxic, and a lot of people are moving towards burnout without even knowing it, because hustle culture is just so glorified and it's just so normalized. It is not healthy for you to just be working nonstop for 100 hours a week and feeling as though this is just what you need to do because, you know, hustle culture, work hard, play hard. No. One thing that I can see here in poised in correspondence to regeneration is that it's important for you to draw lines and to not feel embarrassed about it, to not feel like you're doing something strange or you're doing something wrong, to remind yourself of the fact that this is a very recent development for people to work such crazy long hours, and to the point that their mental health suffers because of it, and you don't need to give in to that. You don't need to be a part of that type of toxic work environment or culture. Next, we have higher power as well as between worlds. So I do want you to know here that it is okay for you to need more rest than others. We're all really different. We're all built differently. So for our society to expect that each and every one of us are going to work just the same and at just the same like optimal rate, waking up say at 6 a.m., getting ready for work and working 9 through 5, that works for everybody. That is actually crazy to think that every human being would work just fine that way. Some people just genuinely cannot work for 5 hours a day that way because they are not built that way. They're physiologically not wired that way. They are mentally not meant to do that. Neurologically, they're just not wired to thrive that way. And that is where I can see here in Between Worlds that for all of my Sagittarius babies, yes, you're very optimistic and you're freedom loving, and this is something that gets you through any difficult situation. But at the same time, don't be careless. Don't try to fit into a mold that you don't belong in or that doesn't serve you just because, you know, that's what's expected, or your boss is telling you, well, that's just what you need to do. You don't need to do anything that you don't want to do. I can see here in Higher Power that there is a sense of stability that you can find, and just reminding yourself that you've made it up until this point. You've been through tough times and adversity in your life, and it is completely fine for you to do what's right for you, even if you rub somebody else the wrong way, and there is always enough. Remind yourself of that in the Koi fish spirit. If somebody is threatening to let you go or to, you know, remove themselves out of your life because you don't want to do things exactly how they expect you to do it or exactly how they're trying to force you to do it, well then bye-bye, okay? Like, that is not the type of dictatorship that you want to live under to begin with, and that is not the type of vibe that you need within your life. As a Sagittarius, you need freedom, you need the ability to creatively express yourself, and that you're able to lead a life that is healthy for your body and your mental state, because we're all so different. One mold fits all is just not working anymore, and that is something that is becoming undoubtedly super apparent in February for you. So all of my beautiful Sagittarius babies, this is a reading that I received for you. I truly hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Leave a little rabbit emoji down below in the comment section to let me and all the other beautiful Sagittarius babies know that you made it to the end of your prediction. Furthermore, if you're new to my channel, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, because if you made it to the end of this video, we clearly vibe with one another. So subscribe, it's free, it's easy, it's simple, and that way you will never miss another monthly prediction for your sign. So all of my Sagittarius babies, I hope that you're staying safe, I hope that you're doing amazing, and I'll see you in another one of my videos. Hello, all of my beautiful Capricorns of the world, and welcome to your February 2021 prediction. So let's get straight into it. So all you need to do is lean back, relax, and enjoy your reading. First and foremost, we have the Poet. So all of my Capricorns, I can see here that things are looking a lot more up than they usually would. Okay, I see that you're being overly positive almost in February, and that overall things are just working in a very seamless manner that you really did not expect. I can see here in the cave that this gives you some sort of sense of safety, some sort of sense of being in a space where nothing bad can happen to you. And this is something that allows you to feel more courageous and move more out of your comfort zone in different areas of life, such as love. Next up, we have the Lover, all my Capricorn babies. So love is something that you may find in February or that may be reestablished. So think reestablished if you are in a situationship or relationship with somebody and the love you feel has been a little tired or lost, it can be rekindled in February. And if you're single and as single as ever, know that in February things may just change in an instance and you may meet your twin flame and that special someone. I do see here in the Mask that in a sense, there is a little bit of this feeling of not wanting to uncover who you are, of not wanting to unveil and open yourself up like that. But again, the cave is really what allows you to kind of like slowly, surely take your mask off and reveal your identity. So you may be doing that literally because we're all wearing those things in day-to-day life, but you may also be doing that figuratively, where first you kind of had a little bit of a mask on to protect who you are, but but then later down the line, the more you get to know this person, the more your relationship starts to reestablish, rekindle itself, the more vulnerable you allow yourself to be. I can see here in the unseen that you're really kind of going with your intuition, which is something that maybe you haven't been doing for a long time. As the unseen showing up like this next to the Lover really just shows that you may have been very disconnected from the unseen. You may have been very disconnected spiritually from whatever it is that you believe in, but the connection is being reestablished during the month of February. Next, we have the King of Wands. So in the King of Wands, I can see that in a sense, you are feeling like there's a lot of responsibility and you may suffer from a writer's block or creator's block. So it's hard for you to come up with new ideas just because there's a lot going on for you romantically. So therefore, you're a little bit more preoccupied with your love life. Next, we have the Hierophant, which again speaks to this feeling of the unseen having been a bit on the back seat, if you will, the unseen not having been as important as it probably should have been. As I can see here in the Hierophant, that it's really essential for you to not feel bad about not having meditated or connected with whatever type of spiritual belief that is yours, and instead to just welcome yourself back into the space of reconnecting. So next up, we have the Queen of Swords. So I can see here in the Queen of Swords that when it comes to communicating with others in February, you're really direct, but at the same time, you're delivering messages in a way that doesn't hurt other people's feelings, and they appreciate that. I see here in the 10 of Cups that your family life, your home life feels really complete, and it feels like it's in a beautiful space, and there's not really much more that you could wish or hope for. So do know that your romantic life is developing and moving into the most amazing space in February, and it's really a time for you to celebrate all the relationships in your life going into an awesome place. We have the Lovers show up again. So we had the Lover, the Lovers, the 10 of Cups. I mean, your reading is just screaming love. Your reading just screams like this is a great time for romantic connections. This is a great time for platonic ones. So think family, friends, you have it all in February in that realm of your life. Yes, creatively, you have a little bit of writer's block, you have a little bit of a difficulty coming up with new things, but that's just because a lot of your energy is going towards your relationships, your personal relationships, your private life. But this is a really great time for you to focus on that. I see here in the 4 of Swords that at times you will feel really exhausted, especially if you're more introverted, because you have to be on and talking to people and engaging with people. This is something that can tire you out and really make you feel, in a sense, like, oh, I need a lot of rest. So that is something that I want you to take whenever necessary, as I do see here in the 9 of Pentacles that financially speaking, rewards are coming in. So don't worry about finances, especially if you're an entrepreneur. It's really easy to worry about cash flow, to worry about managing your money, to worry about what's coming in and what's potentially not going to flow as it should. So because you have a little bit of a creative blockage, this is something that is making you afraid about your financial flow, about your flow to abundance. But I do see here in the 9 of Pentacles that this is not something that you need to worry about, as finances are looking good. They're looking better than they did in January, that's for sure. Next, we have Not For You. So I do see here in Not For You that we have some sort of message of something that you need to keep your hands off of. Okay, Go the Distance showed up as well for you, all of my beautiful Capricorn babies. So Not For You showed up reversed in conjunction to Go the Distance. The message that I'm receiving here is that it's important for you to recognize when something is truly not for you, and when you're trying to tell yourself that something isn't for you because you'd have to go the extra mile or the extra distance. Think about it. If you, for example, feel like, okay, well, this type of profession is not for me, not because you don't resonate with it, but because it would just take a lot of time and energy in schooling, or you kind of feel like maybe you wouldn't pass the test, best. It's not for you because this is a bad choice. It's more your fears. It's more the fact that you're afraid to go that extra distance and potentially fail. The same goes for love. Somebody not being for you doesn't necessarily mean that they're toxic to you or that they would be a bad partner, but sometimes going that extra distance of opening up to that person and making yourself vulnerable can make you feel like, okay, that this person is not for me anyways. So you just kind of forget about it altogether, which is one thing that you're being called to not do, and really differentiate whether something is for you and you're kind of just too afraid of failure or what might happen if you don't get to it and how much extra time, energy, and effort it's going to cost you, and when something is genuinely just not meant for you and toxic to you specifically. So make that differentiation and be honest with yourself, all of my beautiful Capricorns. And don't be positive like we spoke about in the Poet in a very toxic way where you're just so positive that just nothing difficult can exist in your life. Difficulty and suffering is a part of human existence, and it is important that we at least acknowledge it and sometimes allow ourselves to engage in it or face it head on. So all of my beautiful Capricorns, this is a reading that I received for you. I truly hope that you found it insightful and that it resonated for you. Leave a little money bag emoji down below in the comment section to let me and all the other fellow Capricorns know that you made it to the end of your reading. Furthermore, if you're new to my channel, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. We clearly vibe with one another. It's free and easy, and that way you will never miss another prediction for your zodiac sign. So all of my beautiful Capricorns, I hope you're staying safe. Know that I'm thinking of you, sending you so much prosperity, and I'll see you in another one of my videos. Hello, all my beautiful Aquarius babies of the world, and welcome to your 2021 February prediction. So let's move into your reading in order to figure out what's coming for you during the month of February. So first and foremost, we have the Page of Pentacles. So I see a lot of optimism coming from you when it comes to your career, and I see that in a way you're trying to use your charismatic nature to get what you want financially. Next, we have the Queen of Cups. So in the Queen of Cups, I see a lot of very calculated moves from you. I see a lot of moves from you that show that you're emotionally intelligent, but at the same time, there is no ill or malicious intent there. I see here in the Nine of Swords that you're simply trying to avoid a nightmare scenario. So your biggest fear, your biggest worry is something that you're trying to avoid at all costs. So you're going to do whatever it takes in order to make sure that that is not something that comes true. I see here in the King of Pentacles that one of the things that you really want within your life is to be financially stable, and of course to be like the leader, the CEO, the CFO of your company, another company, to just be on top, be respected, and still at the same time be loved and admired. So I do see in the King of Pentacles that this journey from the Page of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles is what you're thinking about during the month of February and what you're making plans for. I see here in the Five of Cups that sometimes you feel really lonely just because you feel as though not everybody understands you, not everybody gets you, and in a way it's hard for you to find anyone to open up to, so you choose to simply just keep it all in, which at times can definitely trigger some sort of feeling of depression, some sort of feeling of just overall being alone. And this is something that you've come to terms with, that you've learned to live with as an Aquarius over the last couple years or so. But I do also see here in the Five of Cups that sometimes, every now and then, you still wish that things were different. I see in the Mother that mother healing is something that is possible for you in February, and the warmth of a mother, of a motherly figure, is something that even you need every now and then, my Aquarius baby. So allow yourself to reach out for that, allow yourself to have that be a part of your life, and don't deny yourself of that type of love. I can see here in the Flame that, again, warmth is something that is important, and warmth is something that is going to set you free during the month of February. So not feeling like you have to go through things alone or keep everything to yourself is a really important kind of set of emotions and values for you to look at in February. Next, we have the Kiss. So romantically speaking, things are getting hot, okay? You're feeling a little hot and bothered. I see that here in the Flame in conjunction to the Kiss. So we were talking about having that closeness that is platonic, that type of motherly love, but at the same time, romantically speaking, things are looking steamy for you, all of my Aquariuses, so enjoy that. I do also see here in the kiss that connections are able to be established on a lot more of a deeper level, not just a physical lust level, but a level that is available for soulmates as well as twin flames. I see in the antelope spirit that February is going to come and swish by really quickly. It's going to go by really quickly, and you're going to think to yourself, how did this even happen? How did this month even pass by? How are we already in March, April, or May? And that is one thing that I see in the antelope spirit that you can't avoid. There's a reason why you're here right now in this reading. And one thing that you can do in order to really live in the moment and not forget to be in the moment is to meditate, to create space between you and life, and allow yourself to become more consciousness and less of just emotions acting in a very wild way. I see here in the koi fish spirit that it's okay, there's always enough. In conjunction to the King of Pentacles, yes, you want to bring yourself to a point where you are financially on a really high level, where financially and just in your business life you're well respected, but don't rush it. One thing that I see here in the koi fish spirit is that sometimes you're worried that there isn't enough time. Sometimes you're worried that you're a little bit behind or that you're a failure, like you're not really depicting what you think your friends and family would want to see when it comes to financial success just yet. And that is definitely something that drives you, but at the same time, that is also something that can make you feel really down, really worried, and in a sense, make you feel bad about yourself when you think, oh, I'm not really where I always thought I would be yet financially. You still have time, don't rush things. I see here in the butterfly spirit that transformation is something that you're going to feel happening throughout February, and this is something that comes as soon as you're able to just accept the fact that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. Change is something that often happens more exponentially than it does in a linear way, and the same goes for financial success. If you just look at financial success of a lot of business people, their wealth often triples, quadruples, just grows in enormous spurts and rates as the years continue to go by. So don't feel as though this is something that can't change in an instant, and you most likely are underestimating the amount of success that you're able to cultivate within your lifetime. Next, we have the tribe. So I do want you to know here in the tribe that you are loved by friends and family, and that this is something that you should never question, and that it's okay for you to sometimes look for a little bit of safety and a little bit of kind of like a safe haven with them. I see here in Yang that masculine energy is one thing that you exude, but one thing that you should also start to use when it comes to actually asking for love and support from your tribe, from your people, from those who you grew up with, those who you know care about you, those who maybe raised you. So that is one thing that the cards are asking you to not be afraid of. That is one thing that the universe is trying to push you to do, to accept the fact that you're a human being, you're vulnerable, and you have feelings too. And sometimes it is best for you to reach out and talk to somebody about it, even if you're afraid of what they may think of you, because you're asking for help. You're not a burden, all my Aquarius babies. You are simply human. So all of my beautiful Aquarius babies, this is the reading that I received for you. I truly hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Leave a little butterfly emoji down below in the comment section to let me and the other Aquarius babies know that you made it to the end of your reading. And if you're still here but you're not subscribed to my channel yet, what are you doing? We clearly vibe with one another. Hit that subscribe button, make sure you turn on that notification bell, and you'll never miss another reading that is dedicated to your zodiac sign. So all of my beautiful Aquarius babies know that I'm sending you so much love as well as prosperity, and I'll catch you in another one of my videos. Hello, all of my beautiful Pisces babies of the world, and welcome to your February 2021 prediction. So I'm gonna get straight into it, while all you need to do is lean back, relax, and enjoy your reading. First, we have the tribe. So all of my Pisces babies, I want you to know here that your family is something that's going to be important in February. And let's figure out exactly why. We have a fork in the road. So you're going to have a big decision to make, and you're going to want to ask your friends and family what they think about the different choices that you can make and which that they think is going to be the most suitable for you as well as your goals. I see here in soulmates that you may want to consult in your romantic partner as well. Confide in them if you do have a romantic partner. However, if you are single, do know, my beautiful Pisces baby, that February is a month in which you may find love, okay? And I'm talking about that soulmate connection, that twin flame connection. But it is completely your choice. I see in the fork in the road that you can decide to be with this person or decide to kind of move away from them and not see through where this connection may go. I see here in the tribe that your family is going to have a big impact on what decision that you end up making. I see here in a leg up that February is a month where you're kind of ahead of a lot of other zodiac signs, and in correspondence to yin, which just popped right out of the pile of cards, I barely even noticed it, I see that you are ahead of the game, ahead of the curve because of your valuable feminine, divine feminine energy, really. So your divine feminine energy is energy that allows you to connect with other people, that allows you to listen instead of just act and speak, and to take things in. So divine feminine energy is not something that you have to feel is exclusive for females. This can apply to anybody, whoever you identify as. I want you to know that feminine energy, just as masculine energy, is a part of all of us and isn't exclusive to just one group of human beings. So this is one thing that I see is really serving you and allowing you to be ahead of the curve because you're listening rather than talking. Next, we have the Ten of Cups. So in the Ten of Cups, I see an enormous amount of fulfillment. And for all of my Pisces babies, we already spoke about your love life a little bit. We already spoke about the great opportunity for a soulmate relationship, a twin flame relationship. The Ten of Cups is basically like the most favorable cards when it comes to relationships in general. So do know that February is an awesome month for your family, your professional life. It is an awesome month for basically anywhere where you have relationships. So be it the personal ones that you have at home or with a lover, or work relationships with other people. I see here in these Six of Cups that because you have such a giving and caring nature, because in correspondence to this yin energy, you're this person that people feel like they can always come to, you are finally seeing the returns of these investments that you've made, investments in people, caring for them, and just hoping that one day they will reciprocate. Next, we have the Death card, but reversed. So I do want you to know here in the reverse Death card that this is a sign that there is a new beginning, a new era coming for you, and in a sense, you're going to have to leave something old behind. Let's figure out exactly what that is. We have the Empress. Okay, so it may be leaving behind this idea of what your family may look like, okay, when you want to have children, or maybe not wanting to have children, just changing your mind on that, overall seeing things a little differently. And I also do see here in the Tower that just your worldview and your idea of what you think about yourself as a male, as a female, as whoever you identify as, and who you see yourself in the future when it comes to fertility, having kids, not having kids, just family dynamics. I see that your old worldview is completely being shattered. I see that in the Tower, and in Death, I see that there will be a fresh slate, a new beginning. You're going to see things in a very different way, but this is most likely in the most positive way because the Death card is reversed, the Empress is reversed, the Tower is reversed. We have all of these amazing cards that are upright, that speak about your relationships going fantastically. So I do see that you're not so afraid about being the outcast, about being seen as different in a negative way, and rather you can just feel the acceptance coming from others, no matter how you decide to live your life and no matter how unconventional dimensional that you would like to be. Next, we have the High Priestess. So love really does conquer all. That is one thing that I see here in the High Priestess, that if it makes you happy, everybody around you doesn't mind, and everybody around you wants to support what makes you happy. So feeling that major support in February is something that I see coming for you, all of my Pisces babies. Next, we have the Ant Spirit. Now, the Ant Spirit shows me that you are going to be able to collaborate with other people, but it may also be people coming together for your birthday, because after all, a lot of Pisces' birthday is in February. So I do want you to know here in the Ant Spirit that collaboration and just spending time with friends and family is going to leave you feeling like you have a great support system and like you always have someone to fall back on. And even topics that you thought they would not accept, them seeing you being passionate and happy about something is what matters the most. I can see here in the Dog Spirit that standing 100% by yourself, what you love, and who you identify as, that is one thing that I see you fully embracing, fully being happy with, and in a place where you don't feel so weird anymore. You don't feel like the outcast. You don't feel like anything about you is wrong or is not as it quote unquote should be. I see in the Three of Wands that you're moving forth in a really strong, courageous way, and any other fears that you have after February, you're able to confront those more head on, as the fact that no matter what, you still had people sticking by you and supporting you, that just gives you so much extra courage, so much extra kind of like zest and oomph to get things done. I see here the 10 of Coins as well as the 3 of Coins. So this is really great news, lastly, for your career, all of my beautiful Pisces babies. I see here in the 10 of Coins that there is some sort of financial fulfillment coming for you, financially just being in a place that you feel happy with, where you feel like you have everything that you need. And in the 3 of Coins, that being the case because other people helped you. So in your career, having a great time collaborating with others on work projects, and those being successful, and those being able to kind of garner the financial results that you have always wanted. So do know here in the 10 of Coins that financially speaking, February is a great month for you, and it is a great month also for you to collaborate with other people or to finish up projects that you had on the go with other human beings that you were collaborating with. So all of my beautiful Pisces babies, this is the reading that I received for you for February. I truly hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Leave a little dog emoji down below in the comment section to let me and others know that you made it to the end of your reading and that you are little Pisces babies. If you made it to the end of this video and you are not yet subscribed, what are you doing? We clearly vibe with one another, so make sure that you hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell to never miss another reading that is dedicated to your zodiac sign. So all of my beautiful Pisces babies, I hope that you're staying safe, and I can't wait to see you in another one of my videos.